The Source Engine, Valve's iconic workhorse that has been used to develop gaming's most treasured experiences. Experiences such as Half-Life 2, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, and don't forget Portal, just to name a few. For an engine with such pedigree, I began to wonder if there was more people out there, other than Valve, that have used this Source Engine before. Hi guys, Pixelbat here. Let's explore the strange and wonderful world of Source Engine games. In no particular order, let's dive in and explore. Again, what is the Postal series in general? Well, the games are basically open world TaskRabbit games where you're assigned a seemingly mundane task. These tasks can be as simple as getting milk, going to work, or returning a library book. Normal, everyday things that you may be wondering, why in my right mind would I play something so mundane sounding? Well, the fun of these types of games is how your expectations are constantly challenged. I mean, one moment you are going to the library, it's all fine and dandy, but then the next thing you know, protesters come in trying to burn down the place down over violent literature. Depending on how you react to these situations, it affects how others perceive you, which is part of the fun of these games. Now focusing on Postal 3, it is known around as the black sheep of the franchise. I mean, its own creators prefer that you ignore its existence entirely, though they say that since they didn't actually develop the title, as it was outsourced to Okela, a Russian game publisher. That's another story on its own. For now, we will focus on the game itself. And oh boy, is Postal 3 a bit complicated to talk about. On one hand, it's unique for the Source Engine. I mean, having a third-person camera is rare enough, but a semi-open world with NPCs roaming around really takes it over the edge. Sadly though, it can get easily overshadowed by some technical shortcomings, such as not really effective meal combat. I mean, it isn't really accurate and seems to miss out most of the time. Also, don't get me started on some bug quests, such as collecting stray cats, which is a mission in the Postal Dude's replica of mundane tasks. But the problem is that after you collect cats after a while, it seems the on-screen counter just stops working until it just blatantly breaks. But if you keep collecting the cats, the mission will end abruptly, a bit immersion breaking. Nonetheless, some of these can be deal breakers, but the game has just enough unique energy, and I mean unique with air quotes, to justify a one-time playthrough. Who knows? You may like its mid-2000s edgelord humor. I mean, at least you can experience the joy of seeing its totally legit, officially licensed Mario himself working in an adult entertainment industry. Totally legit, guys. Trust me. Moving into the dark and macabre world of vampires, we look at Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines, a little game you may have heard of, but also built on Valve's iconic Source Engine. Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines is an open world RPG where all your choices matter and your character is defined by the player. A game developed by Trunking Games, released in 2004. This game hits all the marks of what we call an immersive sim.
Immersive sims, being titles like System Shock, Deus Ex, and Bioshock, just to name a few. Again, I can't mention this enough. It's another rare example of the Source Engine being used in a creative and different way. I mean, you gotta take this into account. It's a choice-driven open world RPG. I mean, most people would associate the Source engine as a tool for just shooters. Well, this is really effectively shows how this engine is very flexible if used correctly. Now, enough of that. But what is this game actually about? Well, it's about vampires, more specifically, the politics of being an immortal soul. And depending on who you side with in this game, it affects your social standing, which in turn can affect how others help or obstruct you in your adventure. I mean, you can keep listening to the vampire's rules about keeping a low profile at all times, which makes going through the game a bit straightforward. Or you can just violate the in-game laws about being a low-profile vampire. Doing so, though, can lead to situations such as the police intervening to take you down. By doing that, it also inadvertently attracts vampire hunters who are humans who, well, hunt you down. Seeing how that is, it goes to show you how unique this game truly is. Anyway, Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines is another example of a game built in the iconic Source engine that truly has a unique usage of Valve's Source engine. I highly recommend trying out this game if you haven't already. It's just that good, trust me. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed some parts of this video about the Source engine. It's an engine that is basically at its end and is being superseded by, well, Source 2, which at the time of this writing has still just been used by Valve themselves. Who knows what the future holds there, but I hope you have yourself a wonderful day, stranger of the internet. Pixel Vacuum, signing off. Once again, thank you for giving me the privilege of your time, and I hope to see you in the next one very soon.